All right. So, max effort, upper body. Again, we're in week 1. I'm going to keep track this time, I promise. Just axle bar. No chains, no bands, nothing like that. Just axle bar. Working up to hopefully a PR, because last block we matched at a lesser RPE. And I don't even necessarily know, what we're going to be able to squeeze out here, because previous record was 327. 327 is pretty fucking heavy, and axle is one of my weaker positions. So I don't know, man. We're just gonna fucking send it. Hopefully everything feels good. We are doing back offs again. So we'll be doing most likely 2 sets of 6 afterwards. So we do the top set. We'll trim probably 30% off the top. 70% is just a really comfortable number to start with. And, if that weight is pretty fucking light for 6, then, we can always go up. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about it. Just going to fucking do it at what it is. We're going to focus on the PR first, obviously. So let's just try and beat the 327 and hopefully, make something happen there. Everything's been feeling good during the warm-up. So I'm not expecting any, awkward feelings here underneath the bar, except for losing my sunglasses potentially. There you go. Right. And obviously the bar is not the size or the same weight as a traditional bar, so we are only looking at 22 pounds here, so as opposed to 45. So obviously the empty bar is basically like bench pressing a Q-tip. So let's go ahead and throw some weight on here. It is a hot one today. Got my fan all the way up. And it is not helping. The only downside of training during the summer, it is so freaking hot. Right. So we just did 112. So this is 202 for 3. All right, 252 for a double. Feeling smooth. All right, this is 292 just for a single. Ugh. Pretty smooth, man. Pretty smooth. All right, so here's my game plan. 292 moved pretty well. So I went to 312, and then I'm going to jump straight to 332 for the PR. Hopefully, 312 moves pretty well, because a 20-pound jump on bench is fucking massive. But I was looking at the logs, and we did smaller jumps last time, and partially that was because I wasn't feeling too good, but two, I think that plays into the fatigue. Especially when you're not feeling too good, doing more sets doesn't really pan out the way you want it to. So I'm hoping that by kind of just jumping straight there with adrenaline still high, like, we can make something happen. So with that being said, let's go. Pretty smooth, pretty smooth. I think maybe I was a little closer than I intended, so I probably should have brought the grip out just a little bit. That's one of the downsides of not having marks on this bar, but it felt pretty good. So I'm gonna take my rest period. We're just gonna fucking send it, dude. Hopefully we get it. All right, let's fucking get it, dude. Couldn't think about it. Just have to fucking just get in there and fucking do it, bro. If I thought about it any longer, it was over. Let's fucking go. All right, here we go. Back offs. So, like I said, we took 30% off the top, which puts us at about 230, 230 and some change. We're gonna do sets of 6. 2 sets is the goal. If 2 sets doesn't feel that bad, because again, you know, upper body lifts are not nearly as fatiguing as, you know, squats or deadlifts. So we can probably get away with a little bit more volume on the upper body. And so if 2 sets doesn't feel that bad, you know, and we're kind of cruising through it, no problem. I'll either go up in weight and or add a set to where we're doing 3 back offs. But all of that is subject to change just based on, you know, obviously how it feels. So let's get to it. And the belt came off as well, and if you're wondering why, no particular reason. I just feel like I don't really need it because I get to lay down on a bench. So when we're doing back off work here, I'm going to try and do it beltless. That could be subject to change as well. Little grindy reps. So I'm going to stay there because I imagine on set 2 and potentially set 3, it's probably going to get pretty close to failure. And remember, I'm trying to keep this strength work, these back offs, pretty sub-max. I'm not trying to fail on these. All right, set number 2. Oh, you know what? Before I cut this off, I guess I should say, because y'all might have noticed, you're a fucking wasp. You're smoking. Y'all might have noticed that 6 reps, I only breathed once. If you can, I recommend it. And if you can't, I recommend practicing. Because as I'm sure you've probably noticed as you train, every time you take a breath during a set, it can, if it doesn't, it can fuck up your entire setup, especially if you don't know how to breathe. And I know that kind of sounds like, how do I not know how to breathe? If you exaggerate the breathing or you're just careless with how you take your breath, it can definitely fuck up your entire setup. And so if you spend all this time setting up for a heavy press and then you unrack it and then you cycle a breath before you press and you miss it, honestly, I'm not surprised. When you take your breath, like, be ready. So if you need to cycle a few because you got anxiety or maybe something just doesn't feel right, it's okay. Don't unrack it yet. Reset, take the breath, brace up, unrack, and hold it. Hold it. And obviously, the better you get at that, you can do it for entire sets. I've seen people hold their breath for sets of 5 squats. So, I mean, squats is obviously way more demanding of oxygen than a bench press is. But I think holding the breath is even more important on a bench press than it is on a squat. Because a squat, you can kind of just hang out there. I'm using that very loosely, standing with the weight on your back while you cycle a few breaths and you're able to like fix some stuff. Bench though, holding that bar over your face, it's exhausting. And not to mention, if you do a respiration, it's possible that you lose your arch. I've seen that a lot too, and I've done it myself. You cycle a breath and your arch completely goes away. So we can go over that if anyone is interested, whether in the comments or in another video. I can break it down for you guys to kind of show you how it operates. But yeah, a little tidbit for you. So it is feeling kind of heavy, but it doesn't feel too bad as long as I lock the fuck in. So we're going to do a third one here. A little bit of a grinder on that last rep, but I don't think it's too bad. All right, moving into pull downs. We got sets of 8, I believe. Previous record is 140. I'm gonna do like 135, I think. Well, actually no, I'll probably do 140 and just see if I can do it for 2 sets. I might have to use straps, but the first set, because it's only 8, I'll probably just do barehanded, and then we'll just see how much it sucks. Potentially throw straps on for the second set. 8's normally not a concern. It's normally when you get like 10 plus. All right, here we go. First working set of 2, hopefully. I'm gonna try the first set barehanded, just because we got 140 on there, which is the previous PR. With some of the upper body stuff, I'm not really afraid to go for the previous max, just because normally it feels fine no matter what. So. Oh yeah, just man up, dude. I clipped my hat on one of those reps. Hopefully that wasn't too giving too much feedback over the camera. There we go, set number 2. I'm gonna do it again, barehanded. It really didn't feel that bad, to be honest with you. But we got rows next for 15 reps, so we might need straps for that one. But we'll see. We'll see. I might be able to push my way through it. Whoa, let's go. Nice. That felt great. That felt great. Whew. All right, we're setting up for rows. They're going to be low rows with a dual handle, so we get some rotation in there. Doing 15, 2 sets of 15. All right. 2 sets of 15. I already got the weight loaded on there. It's 115, which is the previous best. Also doing it barehanded, so hopefully we can hold on. We're just gonna bang them out, dude. Shouldn't really be a problem, but you know, I say that now. Nice, that's actually not too bad. That felt pretty good. Felt pretty good. All right, fellas. Working set number 2. Let's get it. Let's get it. I shortened this up a little bit because I was kind of bottoming out, and I like to get that full ROM when the arms are straight. So, we should be able to do that this time. Oh yeah, nice. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Nice. Whew. That felt great. Hell yeah. Yeah, get on there. There we go. All right, one more exercise. We're gonna do face bowls out of a tall kneeling position. Last time I used cable and I didn't really like it because I have no real good way to brace myself. So we're gonna do parallel band off the rack and then tall kneeling, like right here. All right. This is gonna be 3 sets, 30 reps, again with the band. So peak tension when the arms are back. You get a little break when the arms are straight, not much. But 30 reps is just pump city, burn, everything. Again, this is not necessarily for muscle hypertrophy specifically. You're gonna get some of that because we are probably hitting failure on set 2 and 3. But this is like getting steps in, right? It's just repetition. Battling poor chronic posture. Because again, I'm behind a desk and on my phone all fucking day. So this is a good way to reverse all that shit. One of the major reasons I don't have neck pain, or shoulder, elbow, wrist pain, or back pain. The list goes on. Whew. 2 more. All right, here we go. Number 3. I didn't film number 2 because Why? So here's number 3, last one, and my shoulders are on fire, bro. I'm procrastinating right now. This shit sucks. Oh, fuck. Ugh. Oh, Jesus. All right, man. We're all done. Let me turn this down so I'm not yelling over my stereo. Oh. Very successful training session. And surprisingly, I wasn't too sore after Monday. When we did that max effort lower day, I wasn't too sore. My ass cheeks were pretty sore. And my upper back was sore just from the front squat hold. But other than that, like it wasn't that bad. I could still sit on the toilet without assistance, so it's a good sign. But yeah, we'll see how sore I am after this, because I did a little bit more volume. You know, we technically do 2 different pulls. You know, we do a vertical and a horizontal, so the lats do get beat up from 2 angles, and yeah. Press volume kind of remains the same because we normally did like a dumbbell bench after, but we just replaced it with back offs. So I don't think that will be any more sore. I mean, maybe it will because relatively speaking, the load is higher. Because if we were using dumbbells, it would have only been like, I don't know, low 200s somewhere. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been 230. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I am feeling good. I kind of changed some food choices in my diet this block, so I'm a little more hungry than usual, and not on purpose. I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. So I am a little hungry, so I might be a little underfed. So depending on how I feel at the end of the week, I might add some food, because I'm not trying to lose weight or anything like that, so, or lean out or whatever. So there's that wasp there. I keep my eyes on him because I want to smoke him with my wasp killer over here. But anyway, that's all I have. So cardio tomorrow, which is our high speed intervals, and then dynamic effort at the end of the week. And I'm getting a new gym edition this weekend. Nothing crazy, but I'm excited to show that to you guys because it will make our lives a little easier. So anyway, see you guys in the next video. Adios.